That is cruel. That is very, very cruel. This is not a life that you want to live, my dear. Hi Niners, welcome back to my channel. How are we doing today? Because I'm doing well. I'm doing quite well. I'm gonna be doing another reaction to another Reddit post, and I hope you are as excited as I am to be reading these. I do not want to make this video any longer than it's supposed to be, so buckle up and get ready for this video. But before we do that, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, comment, and hit the notification bell so that you know when next I do upload. This is quite long, so we're gonna begin. This was submitted by darcydidwhat 14 hours ago. Advice needed. Would I be the asshole if I break up with my fiance after he said he won't take care of me and our 3-month-old son while admitted at the hospital? First off, just by the title, I say no, you won't. Our 3-month-old is admitted for pneumonia. He got it while visiting my family, and the reason why we were forced to visit is because I need help taking care of our son. We've been staying at our fiance's home with his family since I gave birth, and while his mom helps, she's been out of town recently. The rest of his family does a little bit from time to time, but it's never really anything significant. He has a full-time job, so he can only truly help out on the weekends. I haven't been sleeping well for a while because I'm exclusively breastfeeding, and a few days ago I really felt like my body couldn't handle the exhaustion anymore. So I asked my parents if we could stay over for a while. My parents were hands-on grandparents. When the baby's not feeding, they take care of him so I can rest. Unfortunately, one of them caught the flu and passed it to my boy, and now he's admitted for pneumonia. My fiancé didn't want him admitted. He wanted to bring him home and just give him meds orally, but I persisted because the pedia strongly advised the need for IV antibiotics. Once at the hospital, things got worse because they had to try multiple times to get an IV line on him and kept failing. Fiancé kept telling me it's my fault for bringing him over to my parents and for agreeing to get him admitted. He was so distraught. I saw him crying while holding our baby. It's the first time I've ever seen him cry. Just from the little bit that I'm understanding, I don't think it's your fault for being a mother and wanting your son to go to the hospital when he's sick, especially sick with pneumonia. Like, that's not something that you should take lightly. And your husband suggesting that you go home and just treat this with meds orally, I don't know. That to me just is a little shaky. And your fiance blaming you for going to your parents' home when you needed help, when he's not able to help. He's only able to help on the weekends, and he's blaming you for going to them. It's not looking quite okay, but we're gonna continue. And your husband crying, yes, that's very valid. Very, very valid. That's an emotion. But to be crying and blaming you for causing this, it's not your fault. Just know it's not your fault. Pedia says our baby might stay at a minimum of 3 days just until it gets the antibiotics, and clears the infection. We might have to bring him home with the IV line and give the antibiotics at home. The problem is, if his IV lines get blocked or get out of vein, we'll have to have it reinserted. I was supposed to finish my maternity leave this week, but decided to extend my unpaid leave for 1 more week. I've asked him to take a leave as well, as he has plenty of leaves left, and also he has a 5-day mandatory leave he needs to fulfill. But now he says he won't do it. He'll go to work, and I should ask my family for help while our son's in the hospital, since it's their fault. His hair. Wow. Wow. That is cruel. That is very, very cruel. He has a 5-day mandatory leave that he needs to fulfill. That's just a week. And he still can't do it just because you decided to ask for help. Like, this is your son. Like, I get it. Like, then you're not appreciative of her going to her family and getting the help, which then turned out to cause your son to be ill. But besides that, it's happened. Like, it's happened. What are you gonna do about it? You're supposed to be there to be able to help your son feel better. She's asking for help. This is your fiance. Like, engaged to be married. Fiance. This is mean. Okay, when he said it, I was dumbfounded he would even consider saying these things. I just replied with okay, and haven't spoken with him since. He's still in the hospital with us now, but says he won't be staying tomorrow. When I ask him for simple things like please pass me the water or elevate the head of the bed, things I can't do since I'm holding the baby, he does them begrudgingly. I'm so heartbroken by this. At a time where we should be supporting each other, he chooses to antagonize me in every step and decides to leave me hanging. I'm devastated that on top of worrying for our baby's health and being the primary caregiver, he springs all of this on me. I can't help but think that this isn't how it's supposed to be, and I don't want a future like this. I don't blame you. Honestly, I really do not blame you. I sympathize with you because this is a tough situation. And your question is, would I be the asshole if I break up with my fiance after he said he won't take care of me? Yeah, going back to that, no, you're not. I know there will be many more things, many more difficult things we will have to go through in the future, and it's scary to think he'll act this way when those times come. I'm debating telling him that if he doesn't take care of us during this time, I should consider the engagement off, and my son and I will move out and stay with my family once he gets discharged. A huge part of me wants him to come around and for us to fix things. I haven't told my family this yet, but it will feel like the final nail in the coffin for our relationship if they know he's acting this way. Our last sentence is, I'm curious. Why would he act in this way be the final nail in the coffin for your relationship? That means it's been bad. Like something has been happening. He's been showing you who he is. So the fact that your family would consider this the final nail in the coffin, like it's sealed, it's done. Yeah. You will not be the asshole if you break up with your fiance over this. That's no. Doing things begrudgingly, blaming you for going to your parents' home, seeking help in the same case. This is not a life that you want to live. This is not a life that you want to live, my dear. I I think this is breakup worthy, because you're saying a huge part of you wants him to come around and for us to fix things. I feel like you've always been the person that always wants to fix things, and it's never really been fixed, but it's because you want it, so you fight for it. That's what I'm getting from this statement. The final nail in the coffin. Oh, that's very scary. Please listen to your family. If they consider this the final nail, you haven't even told them, and you know if you tell them, they will consider this the final nail in the coffin. I think you already know. I think you already know your answer. Let's go into the comments, shall we? Be glad you haven't married him yet, and take this as a good glimpse of what could come in the future, and decide, is this what you want for the rest of your life? Yeah, you have to decide now, because this is a minute situation. Like, the fact that your kid is ill is huge, but the fact that you have it under control, you're getting the IV fluids, and it just needs to clear his system. It's not like you planned for your kid to get ill. They're hands-on, they enjoy their grandkid, things happen, life happens. He is unable to empathize. Like, that's spot on. Like, it's happened. Like, don't go ahead blaming the lady for why it happened. It happened unintentionally. It happened. To be honest, most of the time it's the woman who holds up most of the load as a parent, but this is unacceptable. He's a douchebag who doesn't solve issues but makes them worse by pointing the fingers at crunch time. Walk away. The child is better off seeing you both separately, and learn that healthy interaction may mean no interaction as a choice. I can't. Yes, this ends the video, and it's kind of sad, honestly. I just, do not get married. Do not get married. Don't do it. You won't. This is just the process of being engaged. Find out these things before you tie the knot, and this is who he is. It's not gonna change. It might even get worse. So I hope that you decide to walk away. And I have been Chilla9. If you made it this far, give me a thumbs up in the comments. I hope you do not forget to subscribe. Have a blessed day.